Well, Iran's Attorney General has issued an ultimatum saying that anyone taking part in the protests will be considered an enemy of God. Enemy of God, notably, is a legal charge in Iran and it carries the death penalty. The latest threat by the Iranian authorities comes as the protests enter their 14th day. They also come a day after Iran's supreme leader had said that the government would not back down, but the Iranians have continued to defy the supreme leader. Here's a quick report on all that's been happening in Iran.
A large crowd gathered at Tehran's Honok Square on Friday night. They gathered around an open fire, singing and dancing in defiance. They were demonstrating against the Iranian government, despite a warning from the country's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Another set of protesters were seen marching through the streets of Tehran. They were heard chanting slogans calling for the return of the monarchy, the same monarchy that had been ousted in the 1979 Islamic Revolution. More protesters had gathered outside Tehran's Rasool Mosque. They were chanting as a fire near the building engulfed it in smoke. Almost everywhere you looked, people had taken to the streets of Iran's capital. They were marching and chanting against the government despite the crackdown underway. And the demonstrations weren't limited to Tehran. Protesters were seen taking to the streets of the holy city of Mashhad as well. They were seen chanting anti-government and pro-monarchy slogans in a city which houses one of Shia Islam's holiest sites, the Imam Reza Shrine. So even some people in Mashhad want to oust Iran's theocratic government. And not all the protesters are peaceful. In the city of Karaj, near Tehran, some of them set fire to another government building. This is despite Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's direct warning to the people who were damaging public property.
آمدن ساختمان متعلق به کشور خودشون رو خراب کردن. مثلا فرض کنید فلان ساختمان دیواری رو خراب کردن برای اینکه دل رئیس جمهور آمریکا خوش بود.
On Friday, Khamenei called some of the protesters vandals and saboteurs. He accused them of destroying public property just to please US President Donald Trump. Trump has threatened the Iranian government with military action if it kills peaceful protesters, and Trump reiterated the warning on Friday.
So Iran's in big trouble. It looks to me that the people are taking over certain cities that nobody thought were really possible just a few weeks ago. We're watching the situation very carefully. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts. So
Khamenei had earlier rejected Trump's statements backing the Iranian protesters. He warned the people of Iran that Trump had killed over 1,000 Iranians just months ago, and anyone who believed him had no sense.
او دستش به خون بیش از 1000 ایرانی آلوده است. در جنگ 12 روزه 1000 و اندی از هممیهنان ما، حالا غیر از سرداران و دانشمندان و بزرگان، از آحاد مردم به شهادت رسیدند.
The Iranian protesters defied Khamenei's warning and continued with their demonstrations on Friday. And they managed to send out videos of their rallies too, despite a reported internet ban in the country. And internet trackers such as NetBlocks say that the country has been without the internet for more than 36 hours. And rights groups say that the government is cracking down on the protesters in this internet blackout. At least 65 people have already been killed in Iran, according to the US-based human rights activists news agency. And now, Iran's Attorney General has warned that all protesters will be considered enemies of God and they will face the death penalty. The Iranian government is planning to prosecute the people they believe are seeking foreign domination over the country. and the state plans to show no leniency, mercy or appeasement. Will this threat be enough to get the Iranian protesters to back down? We'll have to wait and see. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.